Good morning, everyone. I am here. It's Miss Amy, and I am in the fire station with Fireman Clint Beveridge, and he is going to tell us about the gear that he has in front of him and all the things that you see behind, and he's going to talk about fire safety. So let's listen up.
Good morning. I'm going to take this off so you can kind of read my lips and hear me all at the same time. This is Fire Prevention Week. Usually you guys would come into the station, we'd give you a tour, you guys would be able to sit in the trucks and watch me put this on, but this is, I guess, the next best thing. So
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about, before I put this on, we're going to talk about some safety things that you guys can do at home. Fire smoke detectors are very important to have in your home. And I would, as kids, encourage you to ask your parents where your smoke detectors are in your house. And then I would encourage you to ask them, when was the last time you changed the batteries in them? It's recommended that you minimum you change them once a year. To be extra safe, you could change them twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall. And that's just a recommendation that everybody gives.
Daylight savings time is a good time.
Daylight savings time, yep. When the time clock changes is a good indication of when to change the batteries, or at least check them. I would encourage you to even write the date on the battery when it was last changed. That way you know. So if you check it, you're like, well, I don't know if it's been 1 year, 2 years, 6 years. If you write the date on it, then it gives you an idea how long it's been in there. Another important thing is to ask your parents, do we have a safe place if something happens? Which means if the fire alarms go off and it starts making some loud noises, have you designated or come up with a place that you can run outside and go to that you'll be safe? And then all your family members can go to that same place, so if you're all there, your parents or whoever know that everybody's safe. If someone's not there, then they know we're not all here. So that's very important as well. So ask your parents, your grandparents, or whoever you're living with, if you have that. And if you don't, to come up with a plan and even practice. Lots of times we encourage family members to practice, to say, okay, the fire alarm's going off, everybody out, time yourselves, see how long it takes, make sure everybody knows where the safe place is, outside, in a safe place, not next to the road or a busy road, but a safe place where you guys can be away from anything that could catch fire and not in harm's way with a bunch of vehicles, fire trucks, and things coming, okay? So, here is the gear. This is what we usually put on. This is what we look like when we're at the station. And then when a call comes in, a bell will go off or whatever, and we'll be dispatched or called to come to some address. So when that happens, if we've got too many layers on, we have to take some off. Shoes, the type of shoes that we have, typically are easy slip-on, slip-off shoes, so we can do that really quick. And these are our boots and our pants. They're just like snow pants, basically. You put them on, you slide them up. Instead of keeping you dry and warm, they keep you from getting burned. But they do make you very warm.
I bet.
Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. That's kind of the rule of how fire gear works. So, then we have our jacket, and our gloves, and some tags to tell us who we are. This is kind of like a hat that we put on that protects our ears and the back of our neck when we have our stuff on. I'll show you how that works. I have two different style helmets. This is kind of the helmet that a lot of people are used to and are more familiar with. And we at the Camden Fire Station have switched over to the new style. And they look a little different, they look a little funny, they look like motorcycle helmets or ATV helmets or snowmobile helmets or whatever you're familiar with.
Yeah.
But they're actually very comfortable. They have a lot of really neat features where they have full face guards. They have glasses in them.
It's got a flashlight in the top.
Yep, it has a flashlight in the top,
Oh.
built right in. And they're a lot more sleek design, so you won't catch on things if you had to crawl through things.
Ah.
So,
Are they lighter too?
and they are lighter and more comfortable. So that's why we've switched. Everybody kind of picks on us a little bit because it's a different look. But once you start wearing them, you'll understand why we switched. Here's our face mask that helps protect, give us the air that we need when we're in an environment where the air isn't healthy to breathe. We have our names, our last names on our helmets because we all look the same when we have our gear on. So it helps us identify who we are when we're looking at somebody, and if we're back to somebody.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
so we know who's who. And then this is our air bottle, or what would be known as SCBA, a self-contained breathing apparatus. Okay? And I'm gonna go and put these on so you can see what we look like when we actually show up at your house.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah.
So nothing to be scared of, it's just people in all this gear. Okay, so again, just like if you're gonna go snow outside, play in the snow, you put your boots on and your pants.
And when you guys practice putting all this gear on, you practice doing it really super fast, right?
We do. What we have to do to pass and get our certification is we have to be able to put all this on to the point where we have our mask on and actually breathing air in less than 2 minutes.
Wow.
So it's something that we have to practice
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over and over until we get it right.
Firemen have to practice things too, just like we do.
Okay, so you put that on. Then we have little loops in our jacket so our sleeves can't get pulled up. It helps hold our sleeves down.
Oh, I don't think I noticed that before.
And you want to be zipped up, buttoned up. And I'll close this here in a minute.
And Velcro.
Okay. It's going to make some noises, some beeps and stuff, so be aware of that. Okay. Just like a backpack. Make it nice and snug and tight. And we even have a flashlight on here, an extra flashlight.
And that's because you don't want it to get caught on something, right?
Yep, it hangs here, so we have our hands free for different tools that we might have with us for the hose. Okay, so again, here's the mask. So it's that's all it is. It's just something covering our face. You have to make it really nice and tight so nothing can get in or the air won't escape out.
And you already sound different.
All right, that's correct. So we are going to sound a little different. And this is what this does. We put this on, protects our ears, the back of our head. I'm going to put this one on. Okay, so everything's nice and tight there. Now this is where we get our air from. Okay,
Yeah, I'm going to sound a lot like Darth Vader.
Hmm.
And so this is what we'll look like.
Yeah. Looks a lot different.
And a lot of times when you see us, if you're in your house and we come in, we're going to be on the ground. We're going to be crawling and we're going to be shouting, "Fire department, is anybody there?" And then you guys need to say,
I'm here. I'm here.
you don't want to hide from us.
Mm-mm.
Because if you hide from us, then we can't find you. And we can't get you out to safety, just like the book just said.
And if there's smoke in your house, you need to stay down low, right?
Stay very low. Because smoke will go up. And heat will go up. So the lower you stay, the safer you'll be. The cleaner the air will be.
And the longer you have an opportunity to not get coughing and choking and having issues if you're inside.
Great.
So
Awesome.
that is the fire stuff that you guys need to know. Smoke detectors, a safe place, don't hide from us, and that's what we will look like. And we're here to help.
Thank you so much. And if there's an emergency and we don't have a parent, what is the number that we should call if there is a fire in our house?
Yep, it's 911 is what you want to call. You want to tell the person that picks up the phone your address. Be very clear on what your address is and what's going on. If there's fire, smoke, or whatever it is, because the more detail, the clearer you are, the quicker they can get somebody there to help.
And tell your name.
Yep.
Yep.
Name. And it would be good if you knew your phone number as well. Because they will ask you for your phone number in case something happens and you hang up. They can call back.
Lots of kids practice that. Practice their addresses and their phone numbers and their name and where they live. So that's really important, guys.
Really important.
Great. Well, thank you so much
Have a
for
wonderful
sharing
day.
this. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.